Carmen here with the Painted Playground, and I get to teach women how to have fun playing with paint. So thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be painting with you and showing you a new painting. I was hoping to paint on a canvas today, but it looks like I am running out of canvases. So like you, we got to use what we have, right? So whatever you have around the house right now, if you can't get out, you can use what you got. So I've got a mixed media pad that I love to do paintings in. And, if you find that you do a painting on a mixed media pad, piece of paper, it's a heavier weight of paper. So it's great for being able to take some of the paints, and if you use wet techniques, it can hold up to that. Hey, if you're just joining me, let me know where you're watching from. And you can always take that paper. If you love what you've done, you can take it and you can mount it to a canvas later. So that's always an option. If you wanted to hear more about that, let me know in the comments below, and I can share that with you, how to do that. I just wanted to share with you a painting and just talk about, how we can keep going during this time, what we can do during this time to stay strong. There's still a lot going on in the world, and a lot that we don't have control over. Hey, if you're just tuning in, let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Tiffany. Partyville, Wisconsin. All right. Well, welcome. Just painting today and sharing how we can get through this time and stay strong and get through with a positive outlook. So, it's important that we don't get ahead of ourselves. I'm going to pick a couple of colors. I'm feeling like a beautiful blue today. The sun is out in my neck of the woods. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, from Colorado. All right. Neighbors. I'm thinking a nice little blue. I'm using a technique. So I use a lot of different brands of paints. So whatever. Hey, Mom. My mom's watching. Liquitex, the basics are a great one. And really whatever you can get your hands on, whatever you're comfortable spending your money on. And certainly, the different paints as you move up and you spend a little bit more, the pigment in those paints is going to be more concentrated, and so you're gonna, when you lay down your color, you're gonna notice a difference. But really, when it comes to creating and getting that inner artist out, it's all about we're not so worried about the materials, we're worried about the expression and being able to have fun at the canvas. So use what you got. So I've got my blue, and one of my favorite techniques is scraping and using a credit card or some sort of stiff card to be able to move the paint around. And so I'm just going to do that. I've got a blob of blue and a blob of white, and I'm just going to pull some of that up onto my credit card. So if you've got a piece of cardboard at home, you could use that, right? So if you're looking around and seeing what you got, I get a lot, sometimes I'll get a credit card company wanting me to use their credit card, and so they'll send like not the real thing, but like a plastic one, and those are good to use. Or if you get things in the mail, you can always use a piece of cardboard from a box. So I love this technique. It's super fun. Once you get playing with it and smushing around the paint, you can see you just get like different, once those colors are mixing, you get a lot of neat things happening. So this is a difficult time, there's a lot going on in the world, a lot that we don't have control over, and we're most of us, the majority of us, unless you're working in the medical field or in the grocery stores, we are at home riding it out. And so, it's not going to go back for a while. We got to sit tight. Not going to go back to normal for a while. So we really got to sit tight, right? Hold on for the ride, get through as best we can. And I feel like there's a real opportunity for us to get through stronger than just try feel our way through, right? So when we focus on the things that bring us joy, the things that we love, keeps us feeling positive, feeling good. So I'm just going to cover up my canvas here. I love to get messy. I oftentimes get paint on my hands. That's the fun of the, I love that you can just play. It makes me feel like a kid again. Just put some more paint down. So I encourage you, I've got a 100-thing challenge going on right now. I encourage you to think about the things that you love. Make a list of the top 100 things that you love. Let's focus on those things, because you can easily get sucked into the news and, how things are happening on a daily basis. But when we don't have control over those things, it can drive up anxiety, worry. So to combat that, we really need to focus on the things that we can control, right? Hey, Melissa. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you here. We're just starting a painting using one of my favorite techniques. Scraping some paint around. It's really a great way to get into the play, to jump right in. So I think I might just do a little bit. I just want to lighten it up a little bit more so there's some good contrast. Because on top of this, I want to paint a butterfly. So one of the things I shared earlier on my list is one of the things that I love and that keeps me inspired and just keeps me feeling good is getting out for walks with my daughters. Been super fortunate during this time that we can do that more than we have before. Usually in the morning time, especially, we've been doing morning walks. And we never had that time before. We were always, getting breakfast. Girls were sleeping in as long as they could. They're teenagers. And we were getting to school in the morning. It was all about that. So now we've got some time where we're not traveling in for school. So we can enjoy some time together, get up, get moving, get our bodies moving and into the day. All right, I think I'm good with that. Oh, Melissa, it's so fun. It's so fun. Scraping around paint, smushing and getting your fingers messy. So I think I'm going to let this dry. Give me a second because I'm just going to give it a quick pop of my heat gun. Let's came unplugged. Let's just look for my black paint. So I feel like I next time I should have one maybe done and do kind of like those cooking shows where they pull one out of the oven that's already half baked so that they can keep going. But anyway, I think I'm gonna do a butterfly. Been seeing a ton of butterflies on our walks these days. They're definitely coming out more and more. So tell me, have you started to see nature starting to bloom in your neck of the woods? So I'm just going to go and I'm going to add a couple of butterfly wings. Looks like I am enough dry. Paint on top. So yeah, this time of the year, there's a lot starting to bloom and blossom. Which keeps me inspired. And it's those things that I love. See if we can get identical. That's the trick when doing butterflies, right? It's making some identical sized wings. Not too bad, not too bad. Thicken these up a little bit. So yeah, so getting in touch with the things that we love and then sharing those things that we love. Helps keep other people inspired and positive. We can moan and groan about what's going on, or we can focus on the more positive things. Just give this butterfly a body. And with social media now, it's so easy. Like, hey, Jessica, I'm so glad you're popping in. It's good to see you here. I'm just making a butterfly and talking about ways we can stay positive and inspired during this time. I'm just playing around with the shapes, trying to do some symmetry. When you're painting and you are in charge of the paintbrush, you get to decide what things look like. So they can look like nature, and you can try and mimic and do more realistic painting. Or if you are like me and you just love the experience of playing with paints, you can play around with different shapes and not worry so much about that, and just be more in the moment, playing and seeing where your paintbrush wants to go. There are no rules when you're an artist. You get to make up the rules. So yeah, staying inspired and focusing on the things that you love, and then sharing those with other people. And if you love to paint, guess what? There's this girl, her name is Heather, and she can teach you how to paint and how to play with paint. And you can then share those paintings with the people that you love. And bring some sunshine to the world with your paintings. And, people, and unless you're an artist looking to show your work or, get in galleries and whatnot, people love when you share things that are handmade and things that come from the heart. So you don't have to be a perfect painter to make something, create something, and share it with people that you love. So if you want to hear more about the challenge and play in the challenge, you can visit my Facebook Live from Tuesday, where I shared all the details of that and how you can play along if you'd like. Write those 100 things down and then share them with me. Post a picture of yourself with those that list of 100 things. So there's just so much going on, and it's those things that we love that are going to keep us going and keep us in a positive place, so we can make it through this time stronger than when we started, right? So I think I got most of my butterfly down, and now I'm going to add some color. So I'm not a big football fan, but I don't know if you're familiar with football. But when I watch football, what stands out to me is how when people are playing, they, when it's time to throw the ball, like I don't even know the terms. Can you tell? I'm struggling here to even find the words to explain the game. So if there's any football fans out there that want to help me. But when they set up for a play, and the play goes, and I feel like it makes me cringe because so many of those players, I mean, that's the name of the game, but are just going in for the hit, right? And just bearing down for that hit. And I guess that just goes against every grain in my body. Because I am about being, let's be in the present moment. Let's enjoy what we have around us. Versus just kind of digging our heels in and muddling through. It's definitely a choice. But it's a choice we all have every day when we wake up, and in all the decisions we make throughout the day, and how we want to, what perspective we want to come from, right? Like how do we want to feel, and what do we want to give? What kind of energy do we want to put out in the world? Are we hunkering in like a football player and just waiting for that hit? Or are we going to still, focus on the things that we love, the things that inspire us, keep a positive attitude, so we can get out of this stronger than when we started. Hey, Lynn, watching from Manning, South Carolina. Right on. Just painting a butterfly here and encouraging you to focus on the things that inspire you, the things that you love. If you'd like to play along, I've got a challenge going right now. So I'm just using the tip of my paintbrush, easy peasy, using what I have. A lot of times I like to use my fingers for dots, or you can often use things that you just find around your house. If you've got corks, a wine bottle, those make great circles. So many everyday things can be used. Just gotta take a look around and see what we have. Sometimes we forget, right? And that's the whole idea of this 100 Things Challenge, is that even though we are at home and, making do with what we have so much around us within reach that is beautiful, that just gives us those warm, fuzzy feelings, and that those are things that are going to keep us strong. Let's see. I think I'm just going to keep adding some dots up and need some more dots. So if you'd like to make a butterfly, I would love to see it. You can post it in our free studio group. If you're feeling brave, if you just want to share it with me, you can message me too. That'd be great. I'd love to see what you paint. Staying inspired is super important, especially during this time when there's just so much going on and a lot that we don't have control of. So it's important to really take control of the things that we do have control of, and that includes how we come to the day, with whether it's a positive attitude or if we're going to focus on the things that are drawing us down. Yellow. Dots. Just going to grab a bigger paintbrush and maybe around here. There we go. Black out again. Paintbrush is a little too wet. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to keep working on this a little bit. Maybe add some words of inspiration. Is that something you like to do? Let me know if you like to have words of inspiration on your artwork. I often do. And let me know if you think this one needs a little something. All right, you guys. So thanks for joining me. I'd love to see your painted butterfly and play along with the 100 Things Challenge. Just stay focused. Let's stay focused. Let's stay strong and get through this together. All right? Okay, we'll see you next time at the canvas. Bye for now.